What is going on with bankers? Are they like prisoners or what? You see, this was gonna be a super secret monthly members video. Shh, don't tell anyone. That stays between you and me. Because I thought this video is just a little bit too stupid for the general public. But this has been consuming me for weeks now. Maybe even days. Maybe even, dare I say, hours. What the fuck are bankers? Because the assumption is that it's just a little job, you know? They wake up every day, they walk to the bank, they do their 9 to 5, but you look at the banks, there's no fucking doors. There's no stairs, you can't get in and out. There's maybe some of them you could jump over the rail, maybe there's plausible deniability, but are they trapped there? Are they like second-class citizens? Are they like our prisoners that we force to work in this magical bank that somehow stores our items? They don't leave. What the fuck are they? Are they even human? They could be like a unique species, you know? Like, you always see them in the same clothes. Maybe the two different outfits are just sexual dimorphism of whatever this banker species is. What the fuck are they? So, sorry, I went on a bit of a rant there. I'm gonna, sorry, just reality came back to me. I sort of ended a fugue state there. But I'm gonna look at all the bankers. I'm gonna figure out a few parameters, and we're gonna discover together the secret behind the bankers today. Because I think there is more than meets the eyes to these fucking guys. I don't trust them. Unless they're prisoners, in which case I feel sorry for them. Who put them there? So it is about 6 hours later, and I have visited all 107 banks in RuneScape, and I have taken meticulous notes that you can look at down below. Find the spreadsheet in the description. It is color-coded. Thank you for noticing. I did put a lot of effort in. I think I have definitively answered what the bankers are. That's a lie. That's a lie. There is no answer to what the bankers are, but I have a few theories. I don't know if you can tell, but I haven't written a script, so this might be just a wee bit unhinged. Just a little bit. But I think we start with point number 1. Are they prisoners? It's inconclusive. Well, I have a theory, but here's the numbers. So, of the 107 banks, 41 are just chests. They're just unsupervised chests. 9 more are chests with a little guy. But the little guy is usually not a banker, and I don't know if he's affiliated with whatever the bankers are. Then, of the remaining 57, 43 of them are trapped within the confines of the game. In real life, you would be able to escape some of these situations. A common one was dividers. There's like a lot of dividers just sitting there, or props, or desks that you could climb over. Had a lot of fun trying to subjectively figure out if I, in that situation, could escape. Like the gnomes, you could climb up that tree in the middle. And you could jump off. It's not easy, but it is a way of escaping. So, of the 43 that are trapped, 23 I've written are unequivocally trapped. These are the banks that are just people locked in a room, no windows, no dividers letting them out. They're just stuck behind a bank wall and in a bunch of walls. So 23 are without a doubt prisoners. The amount of banks that actually have a door is only 5. Now we can go into a little census breakdown. There are 203 total bankers. 14 of them have names. 72 bankers are not human, which gets more into our theories. We'll come back to this. I'm just going through the numbers first, team. I'm crazy, I tell you. This has consumed me. All I've done today is look at fucking banks. There are 93 generic bankers, and within those 93, only 61 are what I would consider a true generic banker. And to break down the inhuman population, we have 7 vampires, 5 ghosts, 1 camel, 1 monkey, 8 gnomes, 10 elves, 5 dwarfs, racist, 17 dwarfs, 2 goblins, 2 little hot guys, 4 fairies, 2 little rotund men who I don't know if they're human or not, but I don't think they're human. We got 1 guy who's just sucked. I guess he's human, but he has been sucked, which I don't know if that revokes his human status, but he is a sucked man. And then we have 8 Arceus floating guys, who I don't know if they're human. So wait, let's answer the questions I had at the start. Are they a different species? I would say no. Mostly because they can be anything that isn't human. We do find out that their clothes are not their skin. Which is a question I had. There is one guy in Ferox who all of his clothes are tattered, and then in like the clan hall as well, you got like a whole diverse bunch of people. Then we may ask, what are the bankers? And this is where it gets interesting. So there's some sort of organization. Are they a business-fueled organization? Are they a cult? Are they trapped? Are they slaves, essentially? And I would say that they're not slaves. They're not prisoners. They're not working. They're not... Maybe some are, but I would say as a whole, I think they're definitely more likely to be a cult. But if we're going down the business route... So I talked to every banker as well. I saw the exact same flavor text where they have a lot of branches all around Gillinor. I saw that about 200 times, but a few of them do vary in what they say to you. And I think that them being a business is a front, because only 4 bankers actually talk about being a business and working for someone. One of them is the Knock Knock Door in the Varrock West Bank, and you talk to them and they talk about only staff beyond this point, which does imply a business. 2 other guys, which are the Little Rotund Men, who I think are scam artists. We'll come back to them. I don't think they work for the bank or even are part of the organization. And then we have the guy in Ferox talks about working for the Varrock East Bank. But I also think he's being duped. I don't think he's part of the banking situation. We'll get back to it. But the thing is, if they're a business, how do they make money? And my 3 theories of how they make money is the GE tax. But that is fairly new. I think that only came out a few years ago. Because how would they have run their organization before the tax was implemented? So I think we crossed that off. There also is a few notice boards that if you examine, will talk about loans. Again, I think that's a front because we can't actually take loans out against these guys, you know? If we could take a loan out, then maybe that's how they make money. But we're the vast majority of the population of Gillinor, and if we can't take a loan, who's taking the loans out? So I think, again, that is another front that this fake business is doing. Oh yeah, the 2 guys, the 2 little rotund men, they throw a lot of spatter in the works, but that's why I think they're scammers. We'll come back to that. But one you pay runes and one you pay 100 gold. Those are the only 4 ways that bankers could make a profit. But I don't think the rotund men are part of it. And also, 100 gold every time we use the bank in Tarn's layer is not going to be enough to sustain a business organization. Also, what is money? Sorry, the symbol of money, unrelated. Because in 2 different places, there is dollar signs. But then on Mount Karoom, it's like the euro symbol. But that was also set up by like the communist guys. I talked to them. They're a bunch of communists. They don't believe in earthly possession. So maybe they just fucked that one up. Maybe they just wrote the wrong symbol. Or maybe that's what they think money is. Maybe they have a different currency. Well, I guess they're communists. They don't have a currency. I don't know. I think they eat money. Now, I don't have anything to back this one up. This one's probably my biggest conspiracy. But a lot of the ones that are unequivocally trapped just have gold chests and nothing else in there. So, like, I think they eat the gold. Because how else would they eat? The hierarchy. So I think the cult works like this. And this is my number 1 theory. I just want you to know. We got 2 generic banker types. And there are blue-clothed members. And they're grey-clothed members. And I think the blue-clothed members are higher up on the pecking order of the bankers than the grey-clothed members. If you go to the GE, which is like the central banking hub, half of them are in blue clothes, half of them in grey clothes, and I think the grey clothes are like the trainees, and the rest are in blue clothes in the other Varrock banks, and the tutor is wearing a very nice outfit, and you would think that the banking tutor would be high up in the banking cult. So I think the higher up you are, the more blue your outfit is. And the other thing to support this is the Ferox guy is wearing grey clothes, but yet claims to be from the Varrock East Bank, and they're wearing blue clothes. But if you talk to him, he says that he drew a short straw and is ferrying items back and forth from the East Bank to Ferox, but they don't actually ferry items, because a camel told me they don't do that. We'll talk about the camel in a second. The camel blew his whole case wide open. But the camel says they don't actually ferry items. But this guy claims they ferry items. So I think it's a hazing ritual, the guy in Ferox, and he actually is carrying items back and forth. But just to fuck with him, because he's a grey shirt and not a blue shirt like they are in Varrock. And the other thing to do with the fucking... Because we don't know where they store the items. It's a portal. I'll talk about the camel. It's a portal. They store the items from a portal. I found out so much lore from the camel. I got so much camel lore. Like, I talked to this camel for like 20 minutes. If your only goal in life is to be liked by all, then you'll probably spend the rest of your life chasing the impossible. The camel said that. The camel's dropping better philosophical quotes than the fucking gnome child. He told me how the entire operation works, but it's like a pocket dimension that they pull items from. Because the only three people that talk about physically carrying items are the two scammer little rotund men and the guy who's got a hazing ritual of Ferox. But I think the camel's right, that they all have a pocket dimension, because we haven't even talked about why do you need to hire people and control people in a cult if 41 are unsupervised chests that you could use yourself? It's a self-service system. So why do you need to have people? Because we can use the portals in the chests. I think that banks are a natural phenomenon that a cult have begun to worship and have claimed to be a business within Gillinor, but they're just controlling people, and they're indoctrinating different races to work for them when there's this naturally occurring portals to a pocket dimension that we store items in. That's my theory. 'Cause why do bank chests exist if we have to talk to people sometimes? Why isn't it all bank chests? They are superfluous. They have no way of making money. Back to the blue shirt theory, you go to Sophamum. Downstairs, there's a big vault. And, even more interesting, the women there are wearing blue vests. So I think this is where the pocket dimension is, behind that vault. That's where they keep it. Because why else would they have the blue vest color scheme from Varrock and the other higher-ups in the cult, if not protecting the valuables of where everything is in the pocket dimension? That's where the main portal is in Sophanum. That's my theory. I guess that's it.